Alright, we're back, and welcome to my political life video blog. So, anyone can be civilized about this one, so you just trust me about that, so who knows. Anyways, here's the thing I do need to know about this church shooting last Sunday, as far as we're concerned, because here's why. Texas pastor from Texas says that he will carry a gun while preaching. Oh, well, guess what? Who knows? Now, Texas pastor Jimmy Chapa of El Faro Bible Church in Sullivan City, Texas. And that's why he plans to carry a handgun while preaching in the light of the deadly Sutherland Springs massacre. Yeah, just remember that as well. It happens all the time. And, you know what that means. Because it took lives, over 24 parishioners has been injured, and injured many more about this. And why? Because I have no objection whatsoever. So what did he said? Well, according to KRGV television, TV news, says this, not yesterday, but last Monday. It says, quote, there will be 3 armed licensed persons at all times, at every service. I have no idea what's there. And why? Because nobody needs to know who they are. But our church will be protected. See, everybody has been protected about these things. About you could be protected by your spouse, or whatever happens. And what if you have a burglar come and sneak inside everybody else's house and say, "Oh my God!" And and the alarm system says, "Beep." Yeah, I know, but enough of that. Anyways, so this is what happens. That Pastor Chapa says, you know who, that he needs to decide to implement the changes inside this awakening of this last Sunday shooting at First Baptist. You want to know why? Because everybody knows. Because as I said last Sunday on my political life video blog, and so as you know who, last Sunday Night News on the Hallmark Channel. Because I am so fed up with the killings and all that. The massacre. The shootings. That all that needs to know what happens next. Well, guess what? Because in the wake of this last Sunday shooting at First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas. And listen, and here's what he said. He says, what happened in Sutherland will not ever happen in our church. This was not supposed to happen. So, is anyone else doing those silly things like this, as far as we're concerned about this one? Well, here's your final answer. Pastor Shannon Talley of the McAllen First Baptist Church told last Monday. According to this one, it has been told about this one, about a story that new procedures for concealed weapons. That's right, concealed weapons. Weapon carriers. To make other church members to be aware of who's carrying a concealed weapon. Because we are putting that into place so our concealed carry people know each other, but we are also setting things up to where they located strategically throughout the auditorium in the service that we have. Now, the Reverend Ron Smith uh, of the Church of the King in McAllen, Texas, told you know who, ValleyCentral.com, you can check it out. KGBT TV says last Monday that everyone you know that he believes that more churchgoers should be armed to prevent events like the one in Sutherland Springs. And finally, here's some things you ought to know about this one. But if the public carries guns like this, it will be less people killed, the bad guys. And why? Because it adds that he would not supposed to be, not to be opposed to the congregations carrying weapons like this to church services like this. And those who have and why? Because the moral of this political life video blog story is this. Those who have carried a huge license to conceal weapons like this, I personally encourage it, but it would depend on what the other elders would say and the written policy that we could come up with. Makes a lot of sense? Good. So, Dory, we're going to follow this story and find out what it is. Probably this Sunday or whatever happens. So, to be continued. And that's my political life video blog story. And I'm sticking to it.